How to keep going towards your dream when everyone tells you it can't be done. Well, this all boils down to what kind of a relationship you have with yourself. You have to spend time alone, quality time alone, and really enjoy that. So you feel really good on your own. You develop a relationship with yourself that really is your ultimate relationship. And when you are really honest with yourself, when you journal every day, when you set goals and you revisit those goals and you hold yourself accountable and you look every day, did I do this? Am I on track? How am I living my life? How am I feeling really? How are my values? Am I living these values? Am I wasting time? Am I really going for it, or am I just, going through the motions? When you have that kind of a relationship with yourself, it doesn't really matter what other people say. It doesn't really matter what other people say. And if it does matter, it's a sign that you really need to do some deep inner healing with yourself. That you need to do to go through the levels. Like, for instance, you can do the emotional freedom technique for the superficial level, the personality level. You can say, even though I'm affected by other people's opinions, I deeply and completely love and accept myself just the way I am. Even though it hurts me when other people don't believe in the dreams that I do and the goals that I set myself, I deeply and completely love and accept myself just the way I am. And you can relax a little deeper, and you can do the sun pop and go and meet your wounded inner child and just say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You can take it deeper. You can pray for forgiveness. Forgive these people. God, help me forgive these people that don't believe in me. Help them to forgive me. Help us forgive each other, forgive ourselves, be at peace with each other, be at peace with ourselves, love each other, and love ourselves. Please and thank you. Help me derive motivation from this negativity. Help me transmute this within myself to give me go forward in life, so I can live these dreams and fulfill this purpose and destiny. You see, that's how you do it. And it's good. It's good. People are doing you a service when they say you can't do it. I'm a classic for that. I've had it all my life. All my life. I've constantly heard, no, it's not possible, or you can't do it, all the time. So, and it was true from their perspective. I didn't have the qualifications. I didn't have the abilities. I didn't have the capacity at that time to achieve the goals that I set myself. But I always, I've always done it. I'm someone who's lived literally every crazy dream that I've ever set myself, and they've been some crazy dreams. And now I've got some crazy ones. And a lot of people would say, it can't be done, you can't do it. Well, that's because they're living in their limited world, you see. We all perceive life and each other through the filter of our own experience of ourselves. That's all we do. So if you don't like someone, it's because you don't like yourself. If you are triggered by someone, they're triggering a pattern in you that you're either holding or you're judging. And if you're judging, you're not extending compassion, mercy, forgiveness onto others. You're not allowing the flow of your spirit to flow through you. Therefore, you're living out of harmony and incongruent with your inner nature. So when people say you can't do this, you can't do that, what they're saying is that I have limitations in my self-confidence, my belief, so what's possible, what's not possible. I live in a cage. And everyone feels way better if you're living in a cage as well. If you're out the cage going, you don't have to live in a cage, mate. The cage is in your mind. You just have to, life's wonderful, life's amazing, you just have to live it. That's going to trigger people. It's going to upset people because they, the status quo, the comfort zone, the ego needs validation all the time. The ego has to have validation that it is good, right, valid, worthy. It's just a ridiculous mirage that constantly needs energy to support its own illusory. It deflates so fast, the ego, it deflates so fast that it constantly has to be pumping itself up with energy, with attention, with agreement, with support, with proof that it's right, you see. And one of the ways it does that is trying to convince you that you can't do the things that it doesn't feel it can do, or you have to live within the constraints of and the limitations that it lives within, you see. So take it as motivation and fuel, and just throw it on your fire and just get on with it. Yeah. And then, you know, just do it. Just do it. You don't have to go back and say, I told you so. You know, you can if you want, but just do it. It says it all. Break free. It's fun.